episode of The Daily Blend. I am your host, AC, and we are here today to talk to an amazing foundation in Columbia, Daydreams Foundation. So joining us in the studio is Tricia Koedel, the executive director.
Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. And Amber Bussey, who is the parent of a Daydreams student. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you.
So Tricia, for anybody who may not know about Daydreams Foundation, just give us a little bit of the history and tell us about it.
Yeah, so Daydreams Foundation started with one kid who wanted to play football, and Grandma couldn't afford to pay the registration fees. So our founder, Joe Bradley, started a GoFundMe page, and just kind of grew from there. We knew that there was the need in the community and people who would want to get behind such a cause. So what we do is we provide scholarships and equipment to allow kids who may not otherwise have the means get out and go and do what they love, whether that's sports or music lessons or dance classes. We just want to allow kids the opportunity to explore and pursue their passions.
That is really amazing. And I imagine that the community really gets behind this, which is why I love having nonprofits on. You can spread that awareness a little bit further, because think of how many kids there are who are sitting home saying, man, I wish I could play, or I wish I could do. And to know that there's an organization that can help support that is really awesome.
Right. Our program has been growing tremendously over the last few years as the word has kind of gotten out about what we do. So we love the community kind of backing us. We're always looking for new volunteers and board members because of our growth. And we just want to get as many kids as possible out there, you know, doing what they love.
Absolutely. That's super important. And Amber, tell me about, I think you've had two sons come through the program. Yep. Tell me a little bit about that experience.
So both of them started at the same time, I think in 2019 and 20. I remember the first day that we met Tricia. We went down to the office on Broadway, and we walked down the stairs, and both of my boys just greeted her with hugs. And, you know, we'd never seen her before, but they were both so very grateful to just be able to play. We didn't understand necessarily what the program was about, but they knew that they were going to be able to play the sport that they wanted to play. And the favorite thing that they took away from it that day was they got a book. They got to choose a book, and we didn't know that that was part of the program. But I remember going home, and then we went into COVID right after that. And we read that book, and we talked about that book. We didn't get to necessarily play the sport during that time, but they got to practice, and we kept in touch with Daydreams, but Daydreams have just given so much back to us. They gave us the hope and the aspiration that there was an opportunity to play when a mother like me couldn't afford to give my kids that opportunity. This foundation is absolutely everything to our family.
That is wonderful.
So I recall that day so vividly. So Elijah and AJ were a couple of the first kids that I met when I started at Daydreams as the program coordinator. And one of the other things that we do with the program is we know that, not only our registration fees and, uniform costs can get very, very expensive, but equipment as well. And so I said, let's go in the equipment closet, see if we have some donated shoes that might, fit so that they can, because they were getting ready to play basketball. And she's like, you're not going to have their size. And sure enough, we did not have size like 15 or 15 and a half, something like that. But that's another part of our program where we want to just make sure that the kids have everything that they need in order to succeed in their sport or their activity.
And there's so many different pieces to that. Like you said, it's not necessarily just the registration fee, but the equipment is also expensive. The shoes, the uniforms, all those things. And so it's amazing that you guys help provide for all those things. So tell me quickly, because I know we want to talk about your event, but quickly, what ages of kids?
Yes, so we support kids in kindergarten through 12th grade, and we can support those kiddos year after year with scholarships. So once they're in our program, it's actually very easy to renew. We just verify financial need, and we can help them with a scholarship of up to $500 per child per calendar year.
That's wonderful. And in order to be able to do those things, you guys have to fundraise.
That's right.
Correct? And so I know coming up, and I've been to this event before in the past, your Daydreams Foundation Gala. Tell us a little bit about A Night Under the Stars this year.
Yes. So we are actually celebrating our 10th year here at Daydreams, and so we are going to make this event bigger and better, bringing you on as a partner to help us with the event, just to make sure that everybody has a fantastic time. This is going to be Saturday, June 15th at the Country Club of Missouri. That's the one on Forum.
Yes.
And we'll be in their event center. A Night Under the Stars is, I don't want people to get intimidated by the word gala or gala, however you want to say it.
Yes.
It's really just a fun, inspiring night. And, you're going to see, I don't want people to think they have to get a tux necessarily.
Right.
Come as you're comfortable. People always ask what to wear, so we say cocktail attire, but just be prepared, be comfortable, but be prepared for a really inspiring night.
Yeah. And one thing I love about your event is that it focuses on the kids.
Absolutely. So my favorite part of the evening, I think everybody's favorite part of the evening, is our Shining Light Awards. And we like to highlight several kids in our program for the amazing things that they're doing. It may not necessarily be that they are, the MVP or the star of their play, but maybe we're recognizing that they did something really great in their community to help somebody else out, or maybe they're just an awesome teammate who's always lifting others up. Those things are important and should be recognized too.
They are just as important as being the MVP or scoring the most points.
And Amber's son AJ was our star kid last year.
Yes.
That is kind of the biggest award that we give out in the evening. And like I said, you're going to hear inspiring stories. We'll have some guest speakers. We'll have some great food. So come for our reception hour and see our silent auction. As you mentioned, this is a fundraising event, so
Thank you
come
so
and be generous.
much.